Dan Illman, Mike Beard, taking a look at the feature race at Gulfstream Park on Sunday. 1 mile on the turf, race number 5, the Sunshine Filly and Mare Turf, Florida bred or sires. Let's take a look at this field of fillies and mares. Sweet Danny Girl, the defending champion in this race, 4-5 on the morning line. She's the class multiple stakes winner, making her first start for Christophe Clement.
I mean, just towers over this field on turf form, Dan. I guess the real question surrounding Sweet Danny Girl in here is there's a layoff and a trainer change here. But she's a mare who likes to be forward early. We're going to look at the pace projector in a minute. This pace could be fast.
I agree. Throw up the Timeform US pace projector. Baby Steps, the 3, I think has to go stretching out in distance. Time Passage has been on the lead in her last 4 races, albeit on synth. She's got to go. I think Sweet Danny Girl, there are 2 thoughts to this, Mike. A, you just say, I'm the best horse in this race. I'm going to go. She has shown the ability to sit and finish earlier in her career. Maybe they'll opt for those tactics.
Yeah, they probably will opt for that. Irad's going to take over in this race. This is her first start for Clement, and he likes his horses to take cover early. And I think your other point's very well taken, Dan. Maybe she is best if she's just on the lead or part of the pace. Does it even matter against this field?
This field really is going to have to step it up if they're going to match her. Both sides, however, has upside. Maybe we haven't seen her best. She's 20-1 on the morning line. She returned to turf last time out in a second-level allowance race, and there wasn't a lot of pace up front for her. They went 48 to the half. I wish she ran a little bit better in the stretch, but she picks up Jose Ortiz, and I can see this horse maybe grabbing a slice at the very least.
I can see that too. I'd like her more if I thought she ran well in that turf debut last time. To me, anyway, she got a perfect trip in that race and had nothing through the stretch.
The 2 is Charlie's Wish. She's a stakes winner on dirt. She's going to try turf for the first time. Just don't see the pedigree. First dude, 10% winners with turf routers. The dam has foaled 3 turf runners without success.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add to that, Dan. I like her dirt form. I think she's mildly interesting switching surfaces here, but she has no pedigree to be better on turf.
Baby Steps is coming into this race in good form, but this is a completely different story. 1 mile on the turf compared to this victory, going 5.5 on synth. She broke sharp in this race. She controlled the pace, pressured by 2 others. She keeps on going in the lane despite drifting out just a little bit. They've been loath to stretch her out in distance. She's only gone 2 turns twice in her career. One was a grade 3 placing in the Senorita, but she got tired that day.
It's going to be interesting to see how well she handles stretching out to a mile, because if nothing else, since this trainer has taken over and this trainer wins a lot of races, she's 4 for 21 lifetime. She's 3 for 7 for this trainer. I mean, he's obviously gotten her good. And I like her turf race 2 starts back, where she really didn't have any chance and made up a lot of ground through the stretch. I don't know if she wants to go this far.
Sweet Danny Girl is the number 4, a 3-time stakes winner, including this race last year. She sold for $350,000 after this start at Keeneland, a high-level open allowance race where she didn't make the lead. She's chasing on the outside. She's going to get passed by a horse who gets a little bit nutty at the 16th pole and basically drifts to the grandstand, but Sweet Danny Girl can't re-rally.
Yeah, no, she can't. She's just grinding here in the late stages of this race, and she will prevail for second. I mean, listen, overall, her turf form just makes her way better than these horses. There are questions surrounding her, as we already sort of laid out in the open, Dan, and she's going to be a really short price. I just wonder where's the interesting alternative if you don't like her.
Now, she's coming off a little bit of a layoff, but heck, she was second to Didia earlier in 2023. What price would that horse be in this race? Tracy Ann's Legacy is the number 5. This is another situation of a horse that's okay. She's won 11 times in her career. She's stretching out for the first time since June of 2022 and only the second time in her career. So there have obviously been some questions about distance.
Yeah, they've been very reluctant to stretch her out. They're going to try it now, and they're going to do it. I know it's second off of a pretty long layoff here, Dan, but it's not like the form that she was in, sort of all throughout last year makes her that strong in this kind of a race.
Uncoupled stablemate of hers is the 6th, the Last Bullet's Mine. The source is finished in the exacta 7 of 11 on synthetic. She has one on turf, maybe slightly better on the synth. Here's her last start, 25,000 starter. Ran okay. Second did a pretty big price, Mike. She at least showed that she could get the distance, which I thought was a bit of a question mark on the way in.
She did run okay in here. I mean, to me, she looks like a winner at this point. She got clear at the top of the stretch. She sat a perfect trip. I know that the winner, who runs her down late, got to save all the ground and come through on the inside. I didn't see this horse's excuse not to win last time.
Time Passage has been on a tear over the synth since being stretched out around 2 turns. She's won 4 in a row. All of those races in front-running fashion, including the Sellers Shiraz against fellow 3-year-olds back in early November. She went to the front. She's going to hold sway. She's been seeing dead red on the synth. Now she's got to do it on the turf, potentially in a race with other speeds.
Yeah, I guess that's the real question. I still think you could make the case that she's dangerous in here, making the early lead. Now, in this race, they just handed the lead to her here. I didn't think that was a very impressive win, but she's on a real roll right now. Dan, if she handles turf, I guess she could be very tough in here.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the feature at Gulfstream on Sunday. Sweet Danny Girl's the horse to beat. She's going to be a short price, and maybe it's just simply a situation of name your margin. Maybe Steps to me is somewhat interesting, although the distance worries me. I just want them to go with this horse. Put Sweet Danny Girl in her place, put Sweet Passage in her place, and see how far you can take them.
I guess that wouldn't be a bad option just to see what happens. I just couldn't get to anybody else in here, Dan. I'm chalking it out. I don't even care what happens in this race. I won't even be watching it.
4712 for Mike, 3746 for me. The feature at Gulfstream on Sunday. Sunshine Filly and Mare Turf. Good luck.